Hi, my name is Emerald Range, and I'm a modder for Civilization 5. And this is kind of a Civ modder plays own Civ mod. And today we're gonna look at the mod I just released, Pegu. Uh, so this is mostly gonna be me talking over a background of gameplay footage. And yeah, so first, look at the map. The This is the only time you really see the map. So this is a civilization in Lower Burma. That's where this is, and they are the Mun people. There's the cities of Hong Soatoy, Dagun, Satung, Ryu, and Basay. I can't. Apologies for my pronunciation. I can't actually speak Mun because I'm Burmese and not Mun. The Mun are an ethnic minority today, kind of like restricted in this area, but this is what they used to control, especially back in this time. And people who play EU4 might recognize them as Sailor Mun. So let's get started.
Hail to the old queen, Banye Tao Mit Chaobu, the daughter of Reje Tirat, who outshone her predecessors and brought true peace and prosperity to the Mon people.
And I also just want to say a quick thank you to DMS who did a lot of the leader scene work. You can't really see it in this gameplay. You can see it on the mod workshop, the full leader scene. And the one that you just saw, it's a little zoomed in for the the Dawn of Man screen. So apologies about that bad quality, but the actual leader scene looks pretty good. And let's get started with this coastal civ. It's not the best civ, but it could be worse. But we'll just go with it. And let me turn on the audio a bit more so that you can hear the peace theme for Pegu. So this is a more modern song, but it is a traditional song. That's why you hear a bit of keyboard in the background. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find a good alternative, and I just went with this one. And I do like hybridized music, so you know. Alright, so in terms of the Civ, let's look at some of the unique abilities. Right, oops. So, first off, let's start with the icon. So, the icon is a female Hamsa on top of a male Hamsa. Because a female Hamsa being on top of a male Hamsa is the founding myth for the city of Pegu, or Hong Sawatoy itself. Where the female duck, this is basically a mythical duck-like creature, they landed in the ocean, and from there sprung forth the city, and that is the founding myth. It's very vaguely similar to the founding myth of Mexico City, if you are aware of the eagle and the cactus thing. But I also went for the icon because of the leader. Oh, hello. Let's see. So she leads the civilization, and I'll go a bit more into the choices for this leader. But first, I want to kind of go into the choices for the unique ability and what it is. So the unique ability is Vector of Civilization. Let me just finish the turn. Okay. The unique ability is Vector of Civilization. You receive science and faith per empire trading with you, and get influence on city-states that you trade with, as long as they're following the same religion. So, the Vector of Civilization idea kind of comes from the so-called Mon paradigm, which is the idea that Southeast Asia was civilized, so to speak, by the Mon people, in that they were the receptors of Indian culture, or from India, and other things like architecture, religion, and all sorts of scientific advancements came to them first, and then from there spread to the rest of Southeast Asia. Now, this is not a very well-founded theory, not in the sense that it's demeaning or something, but in the sense that there isn't actually that much hard evidence for it, other than some king saying that, including Shinsabu's successor saying this. So but regardless, this is an idea that is very popular among the Mon people, especially among activists who kind of have the sentiment of, we taught you how to write, but now look at what you're doing to us. That's kind of the sentiment of a lot of That's kind of the sentiment of a lot of Mon people today. But even then, even beyond that, there's still a lot of culture built around the idea that the Mon people were first. And it's not really true in the sense of the whole civilization thing, but it is true in the sense of at least faith. So that's kind of what I focused on, and that's what I focused on right here. Thanks to Miss or whatever, Mix Laventa over here. Thank you for that faith. That was, and this is quick mode, so I just got it for free. That means I can get desert folklore. Really? Do I want desert folklore? No, let's go with Sacred Path. Alright. That's pretty good. So, what was I talking about? Sorry, I'm not very good at this whole thing. But, the vector civilization, the idea was they receive something from full civs, and then they are going to give something to minor civs. And I decided that would be faith. So the general idea of the civ is kind of built around trade routes and faith. I'm going to go for liberty because it's not deity, and I kind of like liberty, and that lets you see more city names. So the idea behind the vector civilization is that they get something from major civs. So in this case, they get faith from major civs, and then they give faith. They should be encouraged to give faith to minor civs, because so that the unique ability isn't entirely passive. As you might know from reading this again, the first part of it is pretty passive. You can't really do too much to try and get other people to trade with you. You can try to not get embargoed, but that's about it. And the trading with city-states following the same religion is something that you can control, and that kind of goes directly into the diplomatic victory.